Good morning, YouTube. It's a beautiful day for an install. Okay guys, we are in beautiful Jonesboro, Tennessee, near the Nolichucky River. We have a change out today. A 3-ton Goodman. It's for the upstairs of this home. The lady had someone come out. Her usual guy came out to check it, and he gave her a bill for about $700 to put gas in it, and told her there was probably a leak in it somewhere. So we're going to change it out today. I think the leak is in the, well, I know the leak is in the indoor coil. I think the outdoor's probably okay. It's not that old of a unit. But they have two 3-ton Goodmans, one for the downstairs and one for the up. And what I'm going to do with this, when I'm taking out, I'm going to pump all this expensive gas into it and valve it off. And then even I'm going to solder the cuts shut, the lines shut here on the end after I cut it loose. And I'm going to move it around behind her storage building so she'll have a backup for her downstairs. Should she need a piece or the whole thing, she'll have it. And then I'll set my new smaller unit on the same pad. And we've got a lot of work to do upstairs too, so let's get started. What I'm going to do is close off the liquid line. I have the unit calling for cool, so we'll close the liquid line completely off. Get the suction line started, and we will use the compressor to pump out the line set and coil upstairs. While watching the gauge to see when to stop. Come on now. Probably going to have to open my gauges up. I bled them because the TXB, it might let it on through. We'll see. It's catching up. That's below 1 psi. That'll be good. Okay, here we are in the attic. I just moved a bunch of stuff, out of the way so I can get over here to the unit. This is again a 3-ton unit on undersized ductwork. There's only like 10 6-inch drops up here, and it was running so cold they built a little funnel to catch the drippings and run them back into the pan down there. It's probably no wonder the coil is eat up on the inside. The other thing I didn't know until just a minute ago, when I moved enough stuff to crawl over here and see good, I was looking to see where the drain line went. I figured it went out with the line set, but I was wrong. It's tied into the, I hope you can see that down there, it's kind of dark, but it's tied into the plumbing of the house. So anytime that trap dries out a little bit in the winter, it's sucking sewer gas into the living area. So I'm on the second story. It's actually almost 3 stories down to the ground out here because of the basement. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I looked outside when I walked out to the condenser just then. I could come out in this corner over here and follow the downspout down. Probably, I don't know, I guess if I made a loose connection into the downspout that wouldn't back up, it might be okay, but I could follow the downspout down. It wouldn't be too noticeable. So I'll have to talk with the owner about that and give them my thoughts and see what they want me to do. But we got to do something, so I'll get started with it anyway. I'm going to turn the power off to the air handler and go back outside and take all the wiring loose from the condenser and get it pulled back out of the way. And that way when I come up here, I'll be able to blow my lines out and everything before I start putting the new air handler back in. I'll squeeze these shut and solder them up when I have my torches out here before I move it around to the storage area. And that way if the valves leak any, hopefully it'll keep most of the expensive R22 in it. Going to unhook the contactor here. I've got the disconnect pulled out, so then this unit will be completely loose and I can move it out of the way. We got the old one slid out of the way. Had to take a little wall down. Old one was shimmed up with some wood. Look at my little buddy. Okay, I got the pad leveled up. I'll go upstairs now and cut the line set loose, take the nitrogen with me so I can blow it out. Let gravity help me blow it from the top down. Up there's where I was talking about I could bring the condensate out and come down beside the gutter. Okay guys, I got the line set cut loose up here. Also took the drip funnel off. But what I'll do is use this gadget here to blow a lot of nitrogen through these lines just to make sure there's no oil remaining in them. Hopefully, I mean no puddles of oil. And then I'll go ahead and get this air handler disconnected and drug out of here. Thanks, Harry. You don't need no stinking connectors, just stick it through the box. Came back here to cut off this drain line so I could cap it. I figured they had tapped it and threaded it down into the T. I bet you can't see that. Basically, it was just stuck down in there. So, pretty much was leaking sewer gas all the time, probably. I can see daylight in that corner over there. Maybe there's a place there I could run it out onto that lower roof. I'll go look. You can see how wet the coil was getting by the streaks of rust. Again, this isn't that old of a unit, but it's just been running way too cold for the amount of airflow that it could get across it. And you can kind of see the oil in the pan. See how the water's bubbling up from where the refrigerant has carried some oil out with it as it leaked. So it's a leaker. You can really see the oil in the pan now where it's clung all that dirt together. Okay guys, I got the big stuff took out and carried down, the coil and the blower, the doors. But this stairwell is not very wide. Barely got the coil through it. So I'm going to have to take this unit completely apart, fold it up, and carry it out of here. If you can see back in there where they've got the baffle and insulation gone so they can vent their bathroom fan, the top of the fascia board where the gutter's mounted and the top of the wall are about the same height. If anything, the fascia is a little lower because the roof slope is so steep on this house. Over on the front of the house, above the porch roof, there's a place where the wall on the outside of the house goes straight up, and they have a dormer coming into it that has a gutter that butts right up against the wall. I may be able to take my drain through the wall and turn it straight down into the top of the gutter. I'm going to investigate that, and if so, I'll just have a drain line coming through right over there and working its way over to about where my feet are here, where the unit will be setting. And that'll get us out of here with a gravity drain, and do it in a way that don't suck in any sewer gases. We have a pretty long heating season here, so that trap will dry out over the course of the winter, and then it's just all just all suction from the sewer. Actually, it's septic, I think, here, so it's not a good thing. Okay, guys and gals, well, according to YouTube, 92% guys and 8% gals. Here is the Paolo Goodman. It's a little breezy here today. There's the old drain pan. I'm going to stick a new plastic drain pan in. Hopefully it'll never have any water in it though. You can see how the end plates on this coil was just eaten up. Again, it's about a 7 or 8 year old install, so went way before its time. This is where we were looking on the inside, looking back toward this wall. Can you see where that little piece of gutter returns and goes back against the house underneath the vent up there? That's where I'm thinking I might be able to bring the condensate out and just drop it right into that small piece of gutter. My other options are come through the wall over here at this downspout up high and follow it all the way down. I don't like that option. I like being close to the ground. I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on the air handler first. Get it all done up there and then move outside and set this outdoor unit last. It's supposed to be a pretty day all day, so I don't think I have to worry about rain. Okay, here's what I'm talking about doing. I'll make a hole right through there, bring the pipe out and drop it down into the gutter. It'll just come down the downspout and off the roof. Okay folks, I'm taking the blower and coil out of my new air handler to make it easier for me by myself to get it upstairs and into the attic. But I just wanted to show you the difference. Here's the new blower, that's what's going to be going in it, and there's the old blower. And they're going to move just as much air because of the ductwork with this new system as the old one did. So how much you reckon that bigger wheel and all that extra static was costing in extra energy cost? Even though it was a ECM motor and going back with a capacitor motor, I guarantee you they're going to save money. I hope it fits. Whew. Like a glove. Okay guys, I'll fix these transitions up yesterday evening so I wouldn't have to spend a lot of time doing it here. Got my supply and my return. Matches the existing ductwork on both ends. So I'm going to get them on. Okay, I got her laying down there. When I took the old one out, there was a bunch of water in the back corner of the drain pan, and I assumed it was out of level where it was setting. So I just set this one down on the pan with 4 of these little rubber isolators, and the back corner is the lowest thing here. So what I'm going to do is, this corner where the drain comes out is actually even lower than the front corner. So what I'm going to do, rather than raise all that up, I'm going to cut this one down and see if I can get it to drain to this corner without having to put a lot of extra shims under it. So that leaves us with this. I'll just cut this piece off. I'll put this shim under this corner, and then I'll add this piece to the diagonal corner to help make it stable and hopefully get it draining over to this corner. Okay, getting ready to make my flex duct connections. I like to use duct mastic, put it on the actual metal part of the fitting, pretty heavy, slip the flex duct up over it, and then secure it with these duct ties. After that, I usually run a screw or two in front of the duct tie, or even through it if I've got a small enough screw, to make sure this sucker never comes off. Then you just pull the insulation back over and secure it. And there you have it. Very secure. The only thing that's good about not using mastic on flex duct is it makes it easier on the next guy. That piece right there had one band around the outside of the insulation. I cut it off and the whole duct fell off. It didn't have anything holding the liner onto the metal. So it'll just go right back on there. Okay guys, we got the new unit setting in place. I'm going to, this is a 7/8 line set. And of course this unit's 3/4. So I'm going to take a piece of 3/4 and bend it to come down probably in this area. And I'll put them together right there. And then hopefully the 3/8 I can bend out here, put my dryer on, and go straight into the unit. Just want to say again, I really love my Hillmore tools. Okay, back upstairs. Got the outside unit sweated in, so I'm going to, got the blower and the coil stuck back in this unit. I'm going to go ahead and fit up the copper and get it brazed in so I can start pulling a vacuum while I'm doing the electrical and thermostat and whatnot. So hopefully we can get this thing on this afternoon. It's getting pretty warm up here. Okay guys, I'm back this morning to finish up the installation. I got it running about 8 o'clock last night. Didn't have time to check static or anything like that. Just got it running and left it. It's 79 in the house. By the time I left, it was down to 76 and falling, so it was satisfied when I got here this morning. The static is about 0.5, 0.4, yeah, call it 0.5. That's on the high-speed fan setting, which is, I set that before I even installed the thing because I knew it would need it. But that puts me right at 1000 CFM at that static. My limitation is pretty much this 16-inch return, which goes under this floor someone built after the fact, and they kind of restricted it at one point. But you can't see it on this end. But that's why we downsized to a 2.5 ton. That big 3 ton had been sitting here churning against this same ductwork for years, and it brought it to a short life. The coil pretty much rotted because it stayed so cold. But there's my new drain line. Got a float switch, and it'll come over. I've got a vent just in case I develop any swags back through here. It runs back through there, over. And you can see the daylight coming through the clear caulk back over there. That's going out right over top of the gutter on the front of the house. You can't really see it. It's right above the guttering up through the wall of the house. So it was a solution to having it tied into the sewer line right there, which was not a good thing. So I'm going to pick up tools up here. I'm going to take a wet bulb measurement inside and go out and set the charge. It's got a longer than 15-foot line set, of course. I'm in the attic of a 2-story house. The condenser is about probably 5 foot above the basement floor, so we probably got a 50-foot line set here. So I'm assuming I'll have to add some 410A. The superheat was about 25 when I left last night, but again, it was really warm in here and it was getting cooler outside, so I don't think it was too far off, but we'll set it and get it right on the money. and then we'll call it a day. I like these short days. I always like to come back the second day and check a job, especially if it's late the night before, because you just get tired and you don't check everything you should probably check. So it's always good to go ahead and plan on coming back and spend some time just to make sure everything's right. But we'll get a look outside on the gauges or the smart tool or whatever we use on it when we get out there, and then that'll pretty much be a wrap. Out here on the roof, there's our new drain running into the gutter. And of course it just comes down and out the downspout and into the other gutter. And there's our new RE's heat pump beside the Goodman heat pump. She said she might want to go ahead and get one for the downstairs so they would match. I told her we'll keep that downstairs one running as long as we can. It's not near as nice today. It's been raining all morning. Okay guys, we're outside. My superheat is almost 22. My target is 17. So I'm going to add a little charge to bring that superheat down. Okay fellas, I think she's settled in all right now. So I'm going to wrap it up out here. It's still raining, drizzling. I'm under the overhang best I can be, but I've got to clean up my line set, insulation, and my whip down here. Strap it all. That's for my thermostat wire. The other whip is already the same one that was attached to the house. Check this out. This is the other unit. Is that a string relief for the thermostat cable or what? Makes it kind of tough to mess with the service valve, don't it? But I'm gonna get this wrapped up. Still gotta go back up in the attic and sweep up any of my little bits of wire and whatnot. Thanks for watching.